Adults of Reddit, what is something every teenager needs to know? 2 related messages. 1. Almost nobody gives a shit about you too, that is amazing news. I always used to cringe when I remembered an embarrassing situation that happened to me, because I would worry about what others thought of me. Nowadays I don't really care, and I always keep in mind that everyone has been through some embarrassing things as well, which means they probably cringe more about themselves than me, the same way I cringe about myself and totally forget about others. Parents F up to. Good parents openly admit their wrongs and use it as a teaching moment. Adults don't have it all figured out. They are just used to the fact that they are not, and are usually quite good at hiding it. Dealing with your emotions will become easier as you grow. Even if someone says that their high school years were the best time of their life, doesn't mean that yours should necessarily be. There's a high chance your best years are far ahead of you. Being popular doesn't matter as much as you think it does. Basic household management. Learn how to cook a couple of meals, know when to tidy/clean up a bit, etc. Speaking from someone who moved out at 18 and had no clue. Oh, and look after yourself physically and mentally. All of us adults still feel like we are teenagers young too. Take care of your body and enjoy your youth, in any manner you can. In the mirror I see a bald middle-aged guy, but that's not the guy in my head. Don't compare yourself to others too much. No matter how perfect someone may seem, they're not. Nobody is. Everybody has flaws and makes mistakes. You're okay. Don't compare yourself to others too much. That's something parents should know. Stop comparing your kids to others all the time. You won't give a shit about things that happened in high school when you're in college/working. Learn how to fuck up. We spend too much of our lives trying to do everything right, but the best lessons come from learning from our mistakes. You will make mistakes, and sometimes those mistakes will be huge. But that's okay. Whatever problem that mistake produced, it's only temporary. You can correct it. It may not be easy and it may take time, but you can do it. Right now you have a massive span of life in front of you. Enjoy it. But remember, 10 or 20 years from now you're going to be much happier if you both had fun and also thought ahead. Read. Exercise. Hug your friends. Show your loved ones you love them, whatever that means to you. This thread might be filled with ways to be a responsible adult and a successful person. Try as hard as you can to be a happy one too. Don't blow your student loan on drugs. Don't blow your load in someone you don't want kids with. Don't blow off family/friend gatherings. They won't be around forever. Don't blow your cool if you can help it. It rarely solved anything. Pulling out does not stop pregnancies. 3 things I wish I had known. Figure out what you want to do, not what you want to learn about. Think about the actual work you'd be doing in a field. Science is exciting, but are you ready to stand around in a lab all day writing stuff down in the most thorough way possible? Money stuff. You don't get rich with the money you earn, you get rich with the money you don't spend. Be careful spending money on trends and be aware of things you want to actually keep, not that you want to have right now. Also, Excel is your friend. Learn to budget as soon as possible. Use every opportunity you get. It may feel like there's always a next time, but there's also no reason to not do it now. Whether it's that trip with your buddies or the chance to have a private moment with your crush. Don't wait for a perfect moment, not even a good one. Use the moment you have, because you won't always get another one. And you most certainly don't want to have a "what if I did that" thing haunting you. There's always a million reasons not to do something. You only need one reason to do something. I started off by making a regular comments, but I believe this works better in a list structure. 1. Appreciate the moments and the time that you have right now. 2. Cherish the moments with your friends and all the time you get to spend with them right now. 3. Make time to be with your family at least once a week. Believe me, they are not asking for much. 4. Don't worry about having the latest technology or luxuries in the moment. All of those go obsolete within a year, but rather focus on getting the things you need. There will be a time where you'll be able to afford that. No need to worry about it now. 5. If you're wrong about something, you're wrong about something. Admit it, learn and move on. That's what smart people do. 6. Be humble. learn what you are and learn what you are not. 7. Fight for the little ones. You never know when cards can be reversed and you'll want someone to stand up for and with you. 8. Always be kind of heart, help, listen and support others, family, friends, even strangers, as long as it is safe for you to do so, of course. There are some scary people out there. 9. If you're dealing with a mental disorder and you feel like your world is crumbling down, seek help from family, friends, and professionals. Ain't nothing wrong with needing help. 10. Sometimes, and in some cases a lot of times, life is going to be unfair. That is just the way life works. Do not take it personal, do not keep it in your heart, do not carry with you for the rest of your life or even for a good part of it. Take what you need to take from that and move on. I am in no way trying to get preachy or sound like a life expert. In all honesty, these are things that to this day I think about often and that I wish I knew at different and very specific points of my teenage years. 2 years after you are out of high school, you couldn't care less about 90% of the things you cared about in high school. The world won't care about your self-esteem. The world will expect you to accomplish something before you feel good about yourself. If somebody tries to tell you these are the best years of your life, that's absolute horseshit. Your quality of life and how much fun you are allowed to have is not dictated by your age. And it's naive to assume all teenagers have it easy. No matter where you work, HR is not your friend. To those teenage girls, that older guy doesn't think you're mature. He's taking advantage of you. No one is gonna stop you from eating cotton candy with chili, but when they see how good it is, they'll pretend they were on your side the whole time. Edit to add, it's a metaphor I came up with while walking through my house eating a ball of cotton candy and waiting for the chili to cook. You can always try eating them together if you want. Personal hygiene is critical. You need to shower regularly, soap on armpits, crotch, and ass crack, use antiperspirant, brush and floss, and do your laundry. Other people will notice your funk long before you do, and once you're known as the smelly person, it's nearly impossible to clear that reputation. Make it a rule that you don't leave your house unless you've showered within the last 24 hours, are wearing clean underwear, and have brushed your teeth and put on deodorant within an hour prior to leaving. It sounds silly, but there is sadly a large population that needs to improve their hygiene. The adults giving you advice to avoid certain mistakes will most likely have been told the exact same thing and choose to ignore it, which would have been expected as they too ignored the advice. Please heavily consider a trade if you are uncertain about college. Everything compounds: your savings, your reputation, your career, etc. Get started early because playing catch-up is hell. The one thing I would really emphasize is to learn about household finances/budgeting, saving, and investing. Take the standard of living you want and figure out what level of income it will take to achieve and sustain it. Then compare that income to your follow your dream job. It is fine to follow your dreams, but know what the trade-offs are, the likely outcomes will be, and have a plan B. Start saving now and open an investment account and an education IRA. It's amazing what a few thousand wisely invested as a teen can grow to over a lifetime. High school may suck for you, but that doesn't mean that college or life in general will. It's always better to fart in a toilet than to shit your pants. Respect your body. You have to live with it for the rest of your life. Spend some time outdoors, do some sports, eat your veggies. Grow your mind. Every small investment of your time into acquiring new knowledge or practicing skills will pay tremendous dividends over time. Understand your decisions. Mental health issues typically emerge between the ages of 18 and 25. Of course, they can show up earlier or later, but in those early adult years it's really important to be cognizant of your mental state. Always take a dump at work, you get paid for it and the toilet roll is free. Pee after sex. Do not take out student loans without fully understanding the repayment terms, and how much you will pay over the course of the loan including interest. For that matter, college isn't for everybody, and even then private schools are a rip-off. Go public. Try to become who you are, not who you think others expect you to be. Money is the thing I've struggled with the most in my life, so here are some things I've learned. I like the idea of having a career that makes a lot of money, for example medicine or software engineering, and keeping your passion projects as hobbies. Following your passions as a career will make you broke, plus you'll get burned out on the things you're passionate about. You don't have to go to college to volunteer your weekends at the animal shelter. Stay away from debt. Pay cash for as much as you can. Finance your house and car if you want, but don't go into debt for school. There are so many lower cost options than a 4-year university. You can do community college and transfer to a state school, etc. NIU in Illinois offers free tuition to students who hold a 3.0 GPA or higher in high school. I wish they had that when I was a teenager, but it's a new thing. Save some money. If you save $100 a month into a 401k or IRA from the time you're 21 until the normal U.S. retirement age of 60, you'll have over $1 million. Imagine how much you would have if you could put back $200 or $500 a month. Travel before you have a spouse and children. Learn to live by yourself. This doesn't mean be lonely, I only mean to not be codependent. You're somewhere between 3 to 4 heartbreaks before you actually find love. Those breakups hurt, and you felt like that person was the one, but that's mostly just infatuation and raging hormones. Each relationship will teach you lots about whomever you were seeing, but, if you're paying enough attention, they'll teach you even more about yourself. Know yourself, be confident in who you are and what you need to feel valued and happy. Don't grow up too fast. It's not as fun as you think it is. Your life is extremely fucking long and things in your life can change very quickly and very drastically, so don't beat yourself up about not knowing what you want to do with your life or feeling like you haven't hit certain milestones. I was an anxious emotional wreck from my early teens until my late 20s, with very few friends and 0 romantic partners. Didn't lose my virginity until I was 28. Did jobs I didn't care about and that paid 0 money for almost my entire 20s. I was suicidal for a while and was popping in and out of therapy and crisis centers. Now I'm 29 and in a loving relationship, working a job that I enjoy and that will carry me to retirement. All this development happened within like 2 years. I see a lot of people on the internet who are like 15, 19, 22 etc. who think that their life is over because they didn't get a date for the prom or they're still a virgin or they're struggling in uni or they struggle with mental illness or whatever. I don't blame them because I was the same way. But trust me man, there is plenty of time for you to turn your life around. Life costs a lot more than you think it does. If you have a chance to really stand out in some way academically, take it. It's probably your best path towards a stable financial future. Physical work takes way more of a toll on your body than you think right now. Focus on school because a college degree is probably the safest way to avoid needing to work physically. Don't be swayed by Reddit's obsession with being antisocial. Having a support system is great, and reconnecting with someone you were an acquaintance with at one point can be a way to expand that. If someone's offering a healthy relationship, foster it. Don't burn bridges. People can be dicks in HS and really have a reckoning in college. You're not obligated to them at all, but realize people absolutely do change, especially moving out of a small pond. Enjoy the lack or responsibility and bodily aches and pains while you can. Almost no one becomes rich and famous. Almost all of us end up doing something different than what we thought we'd do and it's okay. It will turn out great if you let it. It's okay to change your mind about your job, career. You should consider trade school and not college. You should focus on being happy. If you are happy working 80-hour weeks, good for you. If you'd rather be a little more balanced, then maybe don't rush off to grad/law/med school. Okay, yeah, this is advice I wish I had received as a teen. Your hobby or current obsession is cool. Don't let someone make you feel bad for it. Except maybe cannibalism.